I think one of the first things that people feel when they start thinking there might be a problem is when things become overwhelming, when even the small things that you used to be able to handle now seem to be like a big mountain that you have to try and climb over. It's the little things that start getting bigger. And it's not anything that you need to be ashamed of, because every single one of us has had those problems. But it's time to find somebody that can help make those mountains back into those small hills that you can handle every day.
To me, mental health is important because it's an issue that's invisible, and since it's invisible, that makes it difficult for even our friends and family to help out. I wish someone would have told me in the military that reaching for help is not a sign of weakness, it's actually a sign of strength.
A lot of veterans in active duty believe that there's going to be repercussions for getting seen and getting help for their mental illness or mental health. There's a huge stigma in the military that to get help, you're going to lose your security clearance, or you're going to lose your job, your position, or even get kicked out of the military. And that's something that veterans and reservists, even active duty, struggle with day in and day out, is worrying that if they're going to get help, that they're going to lose everything. They're going to lose their career. And that long time waiting and holding on to the different traumas, depression, anxiety, PTSD, it festers. I've lost one of my NCOs, my non-commissioned officers, one of my leaders, to PTSD because he was just keeping it to himself. He was keeping the triggers to himself, and it went on for so long that with a combination of other things that were going on in his life, that eventually he went into crisis, and he's no longer with us today. It'd be easier for the stigma to just go away and advocate 100% that there isn't any repercussions for making sure that your mental health is checked in on and taken care of and monitored as needed.
I broke the stigma of mental health because it affected me. I thought I was immune to it, or it wasn't going to affect me. I just wanted to help. But eventually later in life, I dealt with panic attacks, post-traumatic stress, and even PTSD. I want everybody to know that it might not affect you right after your deployments or a year after your deployment. It may affect you later in your adulthood. Ask for help and know who you are and who you want to be.
Mental health is a hidden wound, and a wound that needs to be addressed just like any physical wound we would endure during combat. Never be afraid to reach out and ask for help. It may not be easy to do because of the stigma that's attached, but it may be the most important call you ever make.
I think the stigma is that if you ask for help, that you're weak. People expect you to be tough, no matter what. And that kind of asking for help is a sign of weakness. It took a couple people that took their own lives before we really started talking about it. And I think it was like 3 or 4 of them, like back to back to back to back. And that's kind of when we internally kind of started to try to change and try to make it so that people were more comfortable coming forward. And so I think it's kind of the actions of people, whether it be leadership or others, that kind of make that change.
I wish that someone would have told me to ask. And I think that was the missing component in that first year and a half off of active duty. No one said just ask for help. And once I connected to a veteran and they said, get the help that you need, I was able to find a counselor who had experience in caring for veterans' mental health and was able to address some of my transitional issues. I think what's really important, the take-home piece of all of it, is care for who you are mentally as well as physically.
If a service member was seeking help, I would immediately get them over to the VA. There's so many resources out there. There's 6-month programs that can actually help you out. In order to get your mental health back, it's extremely vital. It's like, you break your arm, you break your leg, you get a cast on, you go through therapy. And a lot of veterans have done it, and some of them have risen above, and some of them it takes longer than others, but there's no time limit. And please, take advantage of that And there's other veterans out there that will assist you along the way.
What I would say to someone who's seeking mental health is go. I guess it's more the veteran way of looking at it, of like just being blunt, but even for someone who, it's going to help. It's getting over that bad pride and that stigma of like, you're the best there ever was. Yes, you have been, and you can continue to be that if you take care of yourself. That's the biggest part, is taking care of yourself. Like I shouldn't even say you have to have the courage. Like, they have the courage to do it. I mean, heck, a lot of them, they went to war. You have the ability to do this. You just gotta make that step. You gotta take that leap. It's easier than getting shot at.
You can come up with 1,000 different reasons not to go and seek mental health. Anybody can come up with those reasons, but it's the good reasons to go that are more important and will make it a long-lasting success. Like, I've been seeking mental health for almost 6 years now, and I don't do it for me. I do it for my family, I do it for my wife, I do it for my friends, I do it for the people that I interact with on a daily basis. So finding those good reasons to go, and I think that'll really help get it to stick, and it'll give you a lot more conviction as far as seeing it through.
It's not a weakness to seek help, it's a strength.
It affects so many areas of your life. Your professional attitude, your academic success, your interactions with other people, your connections with your surroundings. There's just so many aspects of mental health.
I wish someone had told me that it's okay to not be okay, to not feel okay, and that I don't have to seek professional help, but I can find other people that will listen and will help me manage it.
I was lucky enough to have a support network, and everyone who's watching this, you have that too. I had just heard about the suicide of a close civilian friend that seemed all right, but that was my wake-up call to go see mental health. And when I took that leap, I took that step, I had the person tell me, go. And it was one of the greatest experiences ever, because she was honest with me. She's like, I see a counselor, there's nothing wrong with it. And just treating it like that, it's no different than going to see a doctor. It's that easy, it's a part of you. I mean, most people go for an annual checkup to their doc. Why not do the same for your brain?
You have to find the joy and focus on that to take your mind off of the struggles that you're really dealing with. And sometimes just getting past those struggles after just a little bit of time, they do get easier to look at.
Enough's enough. We need to call it out for what it is. And it's time that we stay united, and we need to stand up. And please, please ask for help.
Reach out. Reach out to a friend, a family member, a counselor, and think about ways that you can be a better person for your family or a friend, because they need you. I was sick of going to funerals, and I need you here. I need you to be there for us in the community. And by doing that, ask for help. Be that person. Be strong. You can do this. United we stand. Take care of your mental health and ask for help.